Hello, everyone. I don't know when this is okay, let's try that again. It's amazing. You don't do something for a long time, you kind of forget how the fuck to do it. Shit. Hello, everyone, and welcome to one of those many things. Just one of them. One of the things. Things that exist. This sucks. I don't want to play with this thing. Stop bringing me this... What the f... This thing was supposed to not be able to be destroyed. Or at least it's supposed to be, like, resistant to dogs who destroy shit. Ripped out its asshole. Hello, everyone! I'm here doing a video that you didn't ask for and you didn't expect. Like, I warned you. I told you this shit was gonna fucking happen. I like doing this format. It's not cheap. It's not easy. It is both those things. It's also ridiculously self-indulgent. I don't really give a shit. My YouTube, like, career might have started a long time ago, but I only reached success within the past few years. And I feel like now that I'm starting to go away from something that gave me pretty much guaranteed viewership into more doing what I want as opposed to what I know will work, I feel like... Hi, Spoofy. Oh, hey, buddy. I feel like I want to kind of give my thoughts on what I feel has worked the most thus far, and kind of give a spotlight to those things, with the exception of the visual novel stuff, because if I included those series in this, then it would kind of just be a repeat video, and I don't really, not literally, not to repeat the game, I mean repeat as in the phenomena, do. I don't want to just make the same video twice. Or 3 times, I guess. This is my top 12 because I couldn't limit it to 10. I didn't want to go to 11 because I don't, that's nostalgia critic. I don't want to be associated with any of that shit. I don't want to do anything that even makes you think of that. Just mentioning the name makes me gonna barf soon. But I'll edit that out for your viewers' sake and as to not upset the YouTube overlords. But top 12. It makes me able to hedge. It makes me not be associated with abusers and enablers. And this is.
I want to be on camera. Make a video about me.
I'll make my top 5 reasons why you need to shut the fuck up. So this video is my top 12 non-visual novel videos and series from before we moved to Chicago. All the stipulations in place. Let's just get the fuck on with it. All right. Enough talk. Let's keep talking. That's a hint for one of the future entries. A foreshadowing. My hand really hurts. Jesus Christ. At the bottom of our top list, which just shows that I really am versatile, it is my hometown series. Not really an official christened series. It is a trilogy, though. I can't really do any more of these. The series includes the video where I reacted to footage I had filmed years earlier of my former home in Admire. Don't touch the table, you'll fuck with the microphone. Maybe I should only film when he's out in the yard. That might have been a better option.
In
hindsight, I watch a lot of asses. My hindsight is 2020. But yeah, I had filmed my house in Admire, not intending it to be online, but I decided to years later react to it. Showing kind of what I lived in, and what a fucking mess that was. Incomparable to the amount of mess that you are, Spoof. You are an incomparable mess. Oh, he's a boy. Oh, he's a Spoofy. Hey, Spoof. There was another video in the series, the second one, where I recorded me going back there after everyone had moved out, right before the new owners would burn it down, with 90% of our belongings still inside. Fuck those motherfuckers, I don't like them, and I'm glad I don't have to be within the same fucking state as them anymore. But either way, so that video was the second video, and then the third one was when I went there again with my friends Caleb and Kyle to show them what it was like years later, in the last year that I would actually be in Kansas. I didn't know at the time. Oh, I did kind of know at the time, but I didn't go into that video with the idea this is the last time I'm going to see the place, because who knows, I might eventually go visit it like 10 years down the line or some shit. I don't goddamn know. Admire, Kansas is a shithole. Fuck everyone who lives there, and I'm glad I'm not within a driving distance of it anymore, because fuck that place. So yeah, that doesn't really give an reason why that would be in my top videos. The reason I put it there is because I want the idea of progress to be a thing. I mean, I can't really talk about my history without including that place, and there's no way to describe it. It's fucking miserable. But what I do enjoy is going back and recontextualizing it in a new light. While I was there, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know how bad it was until I left. And so to me, looking back on those videos is a constant reminder of how good things are now. And the real qualifier to all these videos on there is I have to want to watch these again. Because the whole thing is you should make videos that you yourself would watch. So for the history lesson it gives me, and for the constant help it gives me going forward, I could not omit these videos from the record. Number 11 is a series that not a lot of people know actually happened on this channel, and that is the game Drop Alive. It's only 4 episodes, I think, and it isn't a visual novel, it's a platformer. Free puzzle platformer from Steam. Really cool art style, really cool gravity and water mechanics. I really enjoyed playing it. It was a fun departure from form way before I actually needed a departure from form, and it kind of is something that gives me a little hope that I will be effective in genres that are not my typical standard as of this point. That game not only was enjoyable by itself, but it gives me confidence going forward that change is a good thing. Now, for those of you who really just think top 10 videos should stay at top 10s and not include any other shit, here is my number 10, and that is the hanger video, the hanger rant, the clothes hanger rant, and the bloopers. I include both in this because, honestly, this video just came out of nowhere. I opened up a Patreon perk, link in the description. Anyone who donated at a certain tier could suggest video topics, stuff they wanted me to cover, if they wanted me to talk about a topic. And I think the only person who actually cashed in that perk said that they wanted me to rant about clothes hangers. I don't think it was a rant even. They just said they wanted me to talk about clothes hangers, and they requested a voice clip from Darius, I think? I don't quite remember, but I wound up working it into the video somehow, whatever it was. I do actually have real frustration with them, especially now that I made a whole video dedicated to being mad at them. But really, it's limited to the ones that have those like weird little indents where people can put like strap stuff on them. I don't really have any strapped clothes though. So those things only just catch when I'm trying to pull my shirt off the hanger and it just won't fucking come off, and it just gets catching, so you're pulling it and it won't come off, and you don't want to break the clothes hanger, you don't want to rip your shirt, but you don't want to stand up because you're a lazy fuck, and you're just like, motherfucker, give me my goddamn shirt, and it's just not happening. So point is, I like the video. I also like the idea of where the video came from, and it is regularly told to me by other people that that is one of their favorite videos. So I'm very glad to have provided that for some people. Yeah, even though it's not one of my huge favorites, it's definitely in the top 10. Number 9 is a video that was actually just a clip from another video that I made in 2013, long time ago. And it's Nate and Jacob go to Build-A-Bear. The video that this clip that turned into a video by itself came from actually predates my move to Chicago by 6 years, but it still took place only a couple miles away from where I am right now in Chicago. In 2013, my senior year of high school, the choir took a trip to Chicago. We had a curated tour, and one of the spots that we stopped at was Navy Pier. And one of the places there is Build-A-Bear. And so me and my friend Nate, we separated from a lot of group. We basically, the whole choir just segmented. They're like, go spend money! Keep progressing the economy! Spend your parents' money! And me and Nate went off by ourselves, and we wound up at Build-A-Bear. I felt weird about it. It was the first time I'd ever been to Build-A-Bear, and so I didn't feel like at the time it was really socially acceptable for adults to go to Build-A-Bear. I decided to do a voice. If I was just there as a 6'2" overweight man, I thought that would be more weird than if I was going around being like, I want to get the overall. What do you think was moving? What do you think I was getting some bear? Do you think that? What do you think? What do you think? He thinks he wants to get the fuck away from me now. That's how you get people away from you that's annoying you. Ow, motherfucker! That was my foot! I have social anxiety, so when we're out in public, sometimes I have to do things that only really make me feel comfortable, even if it makes other people uncomfortable. It's never inappropriate, but it certainly is not socially acceptable. He's shoving something into my back. I don't even know what it is. Let's find out. Oh, it's your pig. It's your orange pig. You have to let me grab it. Again, shoot out his asshole. This motherfucker. You freaky. You fucking freaky. Oh, good. You found a squeaky toy. Thank God. My favorite. It's so much my favorite, I think I'm going to put it right here where you can't reach it. Fuck you. How could this happen to me? So yeah, this video pretty much makes it on the list just by pure nostalgia alone. While I don't think it's overall my most entertaining video, that's not what this video is. It's just my favorites, and is one of my favorites. So there you go. Number 8 is another video that features Nate. What the shit? This video is the shaving Nate and Caleb's heads for cancer video. You bite me one more time, you're going in the kennel. You get that? You understand that? English? Hablo inglés? He's trying. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he is trying. Nate got a tumor on a testicle, and so he had to get it removed. He's perfectly fine now. He's just got one testicle now, but, you know, he's totally healthy. Otherwise, to my knowledge, there are no health ramifications that in his specific case that he's facing. But at the time, it was cancer. He had testicular cancer. And so he didn't need to get like radiation chemotherapy. I think he just got the pills. But he was kind of like, oh, I'm worried I'm going to lose my hair, or that he would have to go through something that would make him lose his hair. Because I think this was the day before he actually found out what his treatment would be. So we decided to increase morale for him, to beat the treatment to the punch, and have fun with the concept of shaving your hair. So we shaved Nate's head. You know, we didn't just do it to him. He was in on the idea. Obviously, if you watch the video,
they held him down.
Yeah. Tied him to a chair, was forcing him to watch Peppa Pig while screaming into his ear, "You're gonna be bald for life, motherfucker." No, none of that happened. You can clearly see in the video that he is fine. A little uncomfortable, but who wouldn't be in that situation? We were trying to turn his bad situation into an association memory with friends. And out of solidarity, Caleb also shaved his head, which he actually continued to do for a little while. He seemed to like that. And the rest of us promised that if Nate's cancer was more severe, that the rest of us were going to shave our heads. Fortunately, I didn't have to, even though I eventually wound up shaving my head as is, as you may remember. That's why my hair is so uniformly lengthed now and is not at all it's not styled in the slightest. But yeah, I just shaved my head because it was messy. No one had cancer for me, but the way I figure it, no cancer is the best kind of cancer. But yeah, as you'll find with a lot of videos on this list, it's no plan, no script, no nothing. It's just us fucking around and having a good time before my friendship with all of the members of that video would change. Some for the better, some for the worse. Yeah, it's a nice little time capsule for a time that I have mixed feelings about, but at least in that moment was enjoying. So yeah. Number 7 is another video blooper combo. It is the Pokemon Remakes video that I actually is kind of related to the other video, in a sense, the previous entry. This video, as you can see in the little thing popping up there. Oh shit. Could you die a little quieter? A little inconvenient. The Pokemon Remake video, in relation to the previous entry on this list, was actually supposed to be made with one of the people in the previous video, but because of time constraints and a weakening friendship at the time, I wound up actually changing the casting from who it was supposed to be to my friend Ivy, who I think was a much better fit. And also, fun fact about this video, it's filmed in 2 different apartments. The bits with Ivy were filmed in the first apartment Bri and I lived in. My bits were filmed in the second apartment that Bri and I lived in. It took so long for me to edit together the bits from Ivy's contributions and optimize the script for my contributions, and to actually film my bits that we had moved. And the reason I include the video itself and the bloopers is because the video itself is serviceable, it's fine, but the bloopers is where you really get a sense that everyone is, again, just fucking around. There was a big script, plastered on the TV, but again, just a lot of the fun I have with the channel is just fucking around with people and enjoying our time together and just having fun. You script too much, you get too much with a format, it really stifles me. And so yeah, this video, for the fun I had with friends and for the cool behind the scenes facts for me, that's why I wound up at number 7. Yeah. Number 6 is a video for gaming again, finally. It is Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Popular YouTube played game. We didn't have an Oculus Rift or any sort of VR for it, but we did wind up playing it. We had the booklet and everything. This was the one and only video that me and Bri ever did with our friend Alex. And thanks to them for not only allowing me to play their game via family share, but as well as their entire library, which is much more extensive than mine. So yay, thanks for that. But not only do I find the video to be entertaining, but I also find a bit of pride in this video because of Bri's bit, where she's the one at the helm of the bomb, because at that point Bri was far less comfortable being on camera than she is now. Like, now she doesn't even give a shit that she's on camera. She blatantly told me that there she is. She didn't. I asked her if she wanted to be on camera, and she said she didn't care. Which is a shine of improvement and progress on her former stage fright and self-consciousness. She's doing great. I'm very proud of her. But at the time, she didn't want to be on camera, and so instead, she actually. The thumbnail art that she had commissioned from Ivy, again from the previous entry, related through lines, were actually the format that we were going to use for her own solo channel. That's where, like, the Sonic Adventure 2 videos were supposed to go, and she was going to edit them all together, but turns out editing takes a long time, and you really have to have no life in order to do it a lot. That's one of her flaws. Has too much of a life. So yeah, I wound up editing the Bri's bit for that video long form on the video editor I have, which is VideoPad. It's kind of shit. And I just had to basically do it old style, where just picture would pop up and other stuff. I don't really have any other way to animate. But whenever she would talk, I had a picture where her icon talked, and that was as good as I could really get at the time, but seeing it all put together, I was actually really happy with how it turned out. So in addition, yeah, thank you. So in addition to it being a video that I find entertaining, I also find a little bit of pride in it. So there you go. Number 5 is kind of cheating, but I have to include it either way. It is the All of the Above series. Yeah, doesn't count as a visual novel, but certainly doesn't fit in with the rest of the entries here. All of the Above slowly started turning into very rare occurrences. What happened?
You pissed.
Intermission, motherfuckers!
Yum yum. Tastes like dirt. What?
We're clear. We're clear. Shit, careful. You're gonna think we're fucking. Sorry about that. The dog pissed on the bed, and then I had to take a shit. All of the Above became infrequent, and then I appropriated the series name to become an interview podcast, which was very cool. I got to talk to a lot of cool people about very interesting stuff. It was very fun to do, and it's been very well received. But the reason why All of the Above is ranked so low, despite me enjoying it very, very much, on par with at least like my enjoyment for number 1, is that I can't categorize this as something that I feel like I would want to go back and listen to for any other reason than to see if it turned out okay. It's not a format that's conducive to stuff that I would personally enjoy. Nothing against the people I've talked to, far from it. I very much enjoyed talking to them, but it's not a format that I would listen to were it done by someone else. Number 4 is another video game series. This time it is Overcooked. It is a very unconventional style of gameplay series that I did with my brother, where basically we were doing a voice bit together before we started recording, and then we just kept doing it while recording, and that's basically it. Out of all the series that we've recorded, far more than it's on the channel now, it's probably the one I had the most pure fun recording. I enjoyed a lot of the other ones, and there are some series like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Dark Souls 3 where we did have good moments, and I enjoyed playing the games. I enjoyed talking to Aaron, but just the raw amount of times that I just lost my breath laughing while playing Overcooked with him was just absolutely a blast. So yeah, there's not much else to say about this. I highly recommend the game. It's not played near enough. I heard a sequel came out, but yeah, I definitely every once in a while will just put this on and listen to it because it reminds me of just how much fun I had playing co-op games with Aaron. Competing against him, not always a good time, but co-op was always a good time. Number 3 is Bree's favorite series of mine. It is Undertale. She regularly tells me that I need to bring this series back. While I cannot go back into it with a pure, uneducated eye, for when I went into this series, I had no clue. I purposely did not watch any fan theory videos, any lore videos. All I knew is that there were pacifist, genocide, and regular routes. I didn't know how to do them. I didn't know what to do them. I didn't know anything about the game other than that. I went into it as blind as possible while still being active on the internet. But now, because I decided to stop doing the series because like no one was fucking watching it, despite the fun I was having, yeah, unfortunately I sacrificed that level of commitment to that series that I gave, which is unfortunate because I don't feel like the reason was good anymore. And maybe sometime I'll come back to it. But as of right now, it's not in the cards, but who knows? If more people watched it, then hey. My number 2 is the last series on this list. It is Talking Back. Kind of a cop-out, I feel, because, of course, the YouTuber puts the answering comments thing as one of his favorites. I genuinely enjoy doing it, though. I feel like watching it develop as I went further on, in the beginning I didn't do character voices, I didn't edit all that well, I didn't have as wide a diverse selection of people to get comments from, and I didn't have the comments on the screen because I couldn't figure out how to do it, but eventually I started to learn how to do that. I started to live stream it, I started doing character voices for the questions, I got a lot of different people, it wasn't just one person for like the entire video. I also enjoyed all the random bits that I got thrown into a pool because I allegedly smashed something of Caleb's. It was my monitor, for the record. It was my real thing, but that was the bit. He was supposed to German suplex me into the pool, but we couldn't really practice that, and neither of us were really wrestlers. That and picking up a 400-pound man is not easy for anyone. Smashing stuff is just fun. And I don't believe I'll be doing that again in the future. I don't think I can, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Number 1 is a video that had so little planning and absolutely no script. It is the DIY video. It's spaghetti parm. Do it yourself at home. I can't even describe. I don't even remember what the title. It has all those in it, but it's spaghetti chicken parm or ramen something. It's a fucking mess. Okay, how this video came about. I got home one day, And I wanted to make myself dinner. At the time, I really had no regard for my diet. By itself, it had to have been like 6,000 calories at least. It's a ridiculous dish. And I had the idea to do a cooking video because I can't cook. And I felt at the time, I especially do now, that the dynamic BriAnna I have on camera is enjoyable, at least to me, and a lot of other people seem to like it too. So Bri was busy with some shit. She was talking to a friend of hers. I went into the bedroom where she was, and I was just like, hey, I want you to film something with me. And I briefly went over the idea, and she was like, this is fucking weird, but okay. And we just started adding random bits to it, and then it was completely improvised past that bathroom opening. And even that was improvised. We just knew what we were doing, and then I was going to eventually cook a thing. But yeah, it's a little selfish of me, I guess. But this whole video is self-indulgent, and I really don't care that it is. But to include a video where it's literally just me and Bri fucking around, yeah, that's all it was. Really, that's all it is, and it's my favorite video, favorite non-visual novel video that I have ever done. Thank you for watching and listening and putting up with all this shit. There are more lists coming down the line, honestly. Like, there's a couple that I want to go through. There's a big series involving lists coming down the line that is ridiculous, totally unnecessary, and I absolutely am going to follow through with this. So I hope you look forward to that. But anyway, thank you for watching this one, and until next time, bye. Bye. Go away. And Slate. Shit. Fuck. I just decided I can't do outros, and so I stopped trying. So bye.